Hey everyone, it's Crystal B from crystalbastrology.com. And I want to talk to everybody today about the April super full moon in Scorpio. And this is a pretty intense picture, I just have to say. I've been studying it, I've been looking at it, and I have a lot to share with all of you, but I think we all need to buckle up for this one. It's, you know what they say about a full moon? Full moons always bring out, a lot of things. They stir, it stirs energy up, but I have no doubt that this one will stir energy up in a more profound kind of way. And before I get into sharing, more about what the actual planets are saying, what I do want to say is, Scorpio is a sign that really, when the moon is in Scorpio, and just so you know, when the moon is in Scorpio, the moon is in her fall. The moon does not like to be in Scorpio. She's not comfortable there. She doesn't feel warm and cozy. She is forced to get in tune with fear and kind of breaking through barriers of fear, and the moon doesn't want to be scared, but Scorpio likes to investigate fear, and it likes to, kind of break through it, in addition to feeling a lot of intense emotions. So you can expect all of these things to be happening at this April full moon. And the full moon is taking place, it's on April 26th, 2021. We may be feeling it a day or so prior, but honestly, I feel like the end of April, there's a major energy shift that's happening. And it's not just coming from this full moon and all of the awareness that's coming out of this full moon, but Pluto, the planet of power, is going, and the planet of he represents the underworld. He is going to be stationing retrograde. And that is always a very important, kind of drumming up of energy whenever Pluto goes retrograde. And just so you know, Pluto is the modern day ruler of Scorpio. And at this super full moon, Pluto is actually going to be stationing retrograde, beginning his station. He won't actually turn retrograde until we get to the next day, but he's really kicking up energy. And I've actually made another video about his station, so you can check that out later. But what I want to just say here is that when a planet stations at the full moon, it just makes things even more intense. And that is being added. There's such a cocktail, such a recipe, there's so many things happening in this. It's exciting, but it's scary at the same time. Like, you just, there's no doubt that something is going to happen. Like, I'm a predictive astrologer, so I'm always looking for these trigger points. Like, this full moon is a trigger. This full moon is, if you want to know when something's going to happen, it's this full moon. So with all that being said, let's dive in a little bit and let's take a look at what's going on, because I want to show you this. So I, just to get the lay of the land, I've set the I'm back in my office in Montclair, and I set that for the location, but I also put the moon on the first, the degree of the moon on the first house. So I'm not really going to be analyzing the houses. It's really about what the planets are doing here. And you can see that the moon, she's kind of like a lone wolf over here, right? She's all by herself, but just because she's by herself doesn't mean she's not fierce, because she is. But she's all by herself over here, and she is being stared down by the sun, Uranus, Venus, and Mercury. So that's a very lopsided story, right? You've got one planet over here and then 4 on this side. And it's, all of these are in Taurus, which Taurus is like a force to be had. It's stubborn. It's, it's rock solid. This is like a big, kind of wall. There's a big barricade here that the moon is trying to, stare down. And in addition to that, we have what's called a T square, because you have these planets against opposing each other, and then you've got Saturn right in the middle. And if you look, that makes like a T square, a T. And Saturn is going to be adding even more pressure to the story. And, this is where we really begin to feel the Saturn Uranus square again. And the last time that we felt that intensely was in February. And I know that February was not the greatest month for a lot of people. So if you were feeling a stir in February, expect it to come back here. But don't be scared of it, okay? That we shouldn't be using astrology to be fearful. We should be using astrology to empower us. So if you know that you have something intense or something big going on at the end of the month, put on your big girl panties, or, your big boy briefs, whatever you want to, call it. But it's like, you've got to be ready to tackle something, because there's something that's coming. And in addition to that, though, and this is all fixed energy. So fixed energy doesn't like to move. It doesn't like to budge. But you know what this combination is saying? It's saying it's time. It's time for a change. It's time to do things differently. It's time to reinvent, to change the rules. And whatever has been super stuck in your life, like, this can break it free, because that's what happens when the planets are pressurized. They create opportunity for us to get out. And you know what? It may not be comfortable, though. It will not be comfortable, and it may take you by surprise, because Uranus is another big player. And Uranus, look how close he is to the sun. He's a wild card. And he's not only so close to the sun, but he's opposing the moon. So there's like drama. There is, some sort of eruption. There's something that is really kind of coming in, swooping in, and leaving us with a aha moment, but some sort of shock and awe as well. And if you like to stir the pot, you're going to love this. If you're waiting for something to be a mystery to be solved, you're going to love this one too. If you love, putting pieces together, you're going to love this. But there are some shady players that are going to come out, and there are some uncomfortable moments. There are, again, it's like there's a lot that's being drummed up from underneath that maybe you've been trying to like bury, but now it's like you have no choice but to deal with it and to change it and to fix it. Now, another positive to the moon, even though she is all on her own over here, is that she's going to be trining Mars, who is now newly operating in Cancer. And Mars in Cancer isn't the best placement, because Mars can be defensive there. Mars can be emotional. And these are not things that Mars likes to do. But he will be supporting the moon. So there is going to be some sort of bravery, some sort of emotional protection. I could see somebody like protecting, especially there's a big female component connotation to this with the moon and Scorpio. That's a female. There's a lot of female connotations. All Taurus is very female oriented. And then we've got Mars in Cancer. Cancer is also female oriented. There may be something very protective, very motherly. You have to protect someone you love in this situation. And you will. Your talons will come out, your stinger will come out if somebody is going to oppose you. So watch out for if you have people that you're protecting, or, kind of, and we all have things that we protect, right? People that we protect, but some of us are in that more than others. I would expect that this could be, your talons may need to come out. Now, Another thing is that we've got, and just thinking about, some of the positives, is that Scorpio really is, again, Scorpio is, if you want to get a job done, there are certain signs that really know how to get in tune with strategy and know how to, figure it out. And Scorpio is one of those. And they're not connected to ego. They're not looking for ego. They're looking for, they want to get to the bottom of things. They just want to get it done. And I think that even though the moon is over here on her own, she wants to get it done and she is going to be driven to do so. And, you know, God help anyone that gets in her way, because this is going to, she's really can be really fierce here. Taurus will be too. And definitely there's some wild cards that are coming along for the ride. And I would be ready I would have some plan Bs, but I would also, I wouldn't use this full moon to dive into anything. It's like, I would, my suggestion and my advice is to just lay low and see what comes out of it, rather than pressing into it, because it will get intense, especially with the Pluto stationing. So I hope that you enjoyed the, kind of visualization of what's going on. I am sending everyone a lot of good energy as they embrace this intense full moon. And it is, remember, we're still in the season of super full moons. This is the second super full moon in a row. We have 2 more to go. And, energy's intense here. We're feeling that Saturn Uranus square again. Saturn, is about limitations. Saturn's about restrictions. Uranus wants to be free. Uranus wants to let loose. So yeah, there's something that is budging here, though. It really is kind of coming out. It's, there's a necessity for it to break free. And we're really going to see that. So good luck with how you use it. Kind of be mindful of your reactions here. Somebody could blow, also just kind of know that people are going to be acting strange. I think you're going to see it. People are going to be acting funny and things are going to be happening. There is absolutely no doubt. So take what is meaningful to you and leave the rest. And, really kind of, know that there's an important turning point here, an important crossroads, and some decisions will have to be made. Who's going to be feeling it the most? The fixed signs. The fixed signs are the ones who are most driven for change this year. That's going to be Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. All right, everybody, good luck, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.